What were some of the similarities before? Because I've had some, as you know, I'm in real estate. I've had Italian clients over the years, and I'm always surprised by Italian people that or clients that end up choosing Portugal. What are some of the similarities that you found between
Yeah.
the two cultures?
I believe specifically with the Sicilian culture because I found these similarities in the people culture, and so their love for the country, the food, the hospitality, the way how they like to receive, and like they are very warming. I've been into other countries like Ireland or UK and or Germany, and people are not to compare, but I
Mm.
felt very much more welcome and home and like the proximity that people like, especially when you talk the language and then you connect with empathy with them, you have open doors to their
Mm.
home, like come and sit, you are part of the family. And that's how I grow up, and that's how I easily step in the Portuguese culture. And like I speak fluently Portuguese. I learn it from the streets. Like
Mm.
I
The
didn't
best
take any
way.
class. Exactly. And I realized people really appreciate when you do the effort to feel how do they feel, and
Yeah.
that's a fact.
For people listening who are interested in Portugal, but maybe potentially also interested in Italy, where would you say the countries where would you say the two countries are different, or the culture is different, if that's
Okay.
possible?
Yeah, I believe different maybe around more the kitchen, as Italy,
Okay.
recently Italy has been recognized as for prize for the best kitchen. So I believe Portuguese cuisine it's very good, not as good and detailed and curated as the Italian one. So if it's about food and for sure Italy has the first place, let's say. But in terms of what is different, I believe it's more Portugal is simpler than Italy, I would say.
Okay.
It makes sense. Even
How
if uh-huh.
yeah, how do you think it's simpler?
In terms of structure of even the arts and the architecture, I find Italy it's each city of Italy, it's more peculiar. Like you can see the difference because there's been more domination in other countries. I mean, culturally, I find it more different than Portugal.
Okay.
More on the artistic side and the architect. Yeah,
Architecture. But yeah, in terms of that love for food and sitting around the table and wine,
yeah,
there's a lot of similarities.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. We had an interesting experience in Rome uh, last year. My wife and I went to Rome to watch
Mhm.
Italy play against Wales in the rugby. I'm originally from South Africa, so rugby is a big thing for us. And we were in a restaurant in Rome. It wasn't in the typical touristic area. It was in like a residential part of Rome, and it was a typical pasta restaurant. The pasta was amazing. But I asked the gentleman because I don't know much about Italian wines, and I was trying to ask him to recommend a good wine that we could drink, and tried to understand the different regions and the grapes. And he said, where are you from? We said we're from Portugal, and he goes, it's difficult. It's going to be difficult for me to recommend a better wine than our wines. But it's interesting because Portugal's got the second most grape varieties in the world. The first most grape varieties in the world is Italy.
Mhm.
So is Portuguese wine better than Italian wine?
I like both, let's say.
That's a good answer. That's a good
Uh,
diplomatic answer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, each one is actually my father is also wine and olive oil producer, so I'm
Oh wow. Okay.
I have
Has he been to visit you here?
sorry?
Has he been to visit you
Yes,
in
of course.
Portugal?
Yes, yes, of course.
Did he like the wines?
Yes, they pretty like, and every time I go, I bring always some wine to them. So they
Very
like
good.
it particularly.
Very
The
good.
Alentejo one, which is my favorite.
Very good.